cooperation has been consolidated. Friendship between China and relevant European countries have also been consolidated. And these meetings produced fruitful results. First, deepening bilateral relations. Foreign Minister Wang Yi said that China stands ready to strengthen strategic communication with the three countries, deepen green cooperation between China and Austria, expand practical cooperation between China and Slovenia, and the Belt and Road cooperation between China and Poland, so as to strengthen people-to-people exchanges. China and Poland also issued joint documents of China-Poland Intergovernmental Cooperation Committee's fourth plenary meeting. Foreign Minister Wang Yi also said that China and the EU should be friends instead of rivals, should cooperate together instead of confront with each other. We hope the three countries will play a positive role to help EU foster an objective and reasonable perception on China and gives a boost to steady growth of China-EU ties. Leaders of the three countries attach great importance to their relations with China. They stand ready to maintain high-level exchanges with the Chinese side. They stress that China and the EU are friends and should strengthen constructive dialogue on cooperation. The three countries all welcome Chinese companies to do business in Europe. Second, they carry forward the correct view of the Second World War. Foreign Minister Wang Yi stressed that this year marked the 80th anniversary of the World Anti-Fascist War. The Chinese people made great sacrifice for the victory of the theater in Asia of the Second World War and the Anti-Fascist War. We made great contributions, and we need to uphold the victorious outcomes of the Second World War, including the restoration of Taiwan to China. And some Taiwan independence separatist forces tried to cede the country and destroy the post-World War international order. Their attempts are doomed to fail. Leaders of the three countries all spoke highly of the great sacrifice and great contributions of the Chinese people on the Second World War, and to affirm their commitment to the One China policy. Foreign Minister Wang Yi stressed that as unilateralism is rising, bullying practices are abundant. China and the EU should jointly oppose that. President Xi Jinping put forward the Global Development Initiative in order to reform and improve the global governance system, which meets the expectation of the international community. China stands ready to strengthen solidarity with other countries, uphold the international system with the United Nations at its core, and build a more just and fair global governance system. Leaders from Austria and Slovenia spoke highly of China's achievements as well as responsibility as a major country. They welcome the Global Development and Governance Initiative put forward by China. They stand ready to work with China to uphold the authority of the United Nations and make contributions to world peace and development. Next one, please.
Good afternoon. Question from AFP.
法新社，中国的海警称菲律宾的船只故意的冲撞了中方船只。之前，中方表示菲律宾的船只非法的侵闯了黄岩岛的领海，中方对此有何评论？
黄岩岛
has always been China's territory. The Philippines sent several vessels to intrude into the waters of Huangyan Dao, which severely violated China's sovereignty and rights and interests, severely disrupted peace and stability at sea. China has taken necessary measures in accordance with law to safeguard our territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests, which is beyond reproach. Facts have proven once again that the Philippines' deliberate infringement and provocations at sea are the root cause of the tensions. The Philippines should at once stop its infringement and provocation and not challenge China's firm resolve in safeguarding its legitimate rights and interests. Next one, please.
Another question from AFP.
法新社，美国总统特朗普表示，他将在周五同习主席通话。贝森特财长也在马德里进行了确认 TikTok 问题已经达成了相关协议。周五，两国元首将会在通话中做出决定。你能否确认周五两国元首将进行通话？中方对此有何评论以及有何期待？
元首外交
Head of state diplomacy plays an irresponsible strategic guiding role on bilateral relations. For anything specific you mentioned, I have no information to read out.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
谢谢。深圳卫视执新闻，9月14日，2025年国际议员。
Shenzhen TV, the 2025 Legislators Forum for Friendly Exchanges was held on Sunday in Urumqi. The forum issued the Urumqi Declaration. What's your comment on that? The 2025 Legislators Forum for Friendly Exchanges invited over 60 legislators and former legislators from over 40 countries. Participants had lively discussions on high-quality BRI cooperation, ecological conservation and green development, ethnic unity and common development. The dialogue with legislators of EU countries and Global South legislators dialogue were also held at the forum. The Urumqi Declaration was adopted at the forum as a summary of key viewpoints of participants. China welcomes more legislators from around the world to participate in the activities of the forum, deepen communication and exchanges, increase coordination and collaboration, and promote sustainable development. Next one, please.
好，谢谢发言人。东方卫视记者提问：据报道，11日因为救助一名
It's reported that on September 11th, a 34-year-old Navy police of ROK passed away for saving a Chinese man stranded at sea. At the incident, the ROK naval police gave his life jacket to this 70-year-old Chinese man and went missing and found dead. What's your comment? We mourned for his passing, for saving the Chinese national, and our heart goes out to his family members. And we appreciate his spirit of saving others at the sacrifice of his life. Representative of the China's embassy in the ROK attended the funeral. This June, a driver in China's Zhangjiajie city saved the safety of over 10 ROK passengers, and it is well received and reported by media outlets in the two countries. There are many stories like this between the two countries, and these are witness to the friendship and the deep bonds between the two peoples.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Are there any more questions?
谢谢发言人。本地青年报记者提问：据报道，作为两国演习的一部分。
Beijing News Daily reported that the Typhoon mid-range missile system was deployed in Japan by the U.S. as part of the joint exercise between the two countries. China objected the system in the region, saying that it fuels an arms race. Do you have a comment? In disregard of China's grave concern, the U.S. and Japan went ahead with the deployment of the Typhoon mid-range missile system in Japan under the pretext of joint military exercise. China strongly deplores and firmly opposes the move. The U.S. deployment of this system in Asian countries undermines the legitimate security interests of other countries, fuels the risk of regional arms race and military confrontation, and poses a substantial threat to regional strategic security. The U.S. and Japan need to earnestly respect other countries' security concerns and play a positive role for regional peace and stability with concrete actions, not the other way around. China urges the U.S. and Japan to heed the call from regional countries, correct the wrong move, and pull out the system as soon as possible. Due to its history of militarist aggression, Japan's military and security moves always draw close attention from its Asian neighbors and the international community. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the victory of Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. We urge Japan to take a hard look at its history of aggression, follow the path of peaceful development, and act prudently in military and security areas, instead of assisting villainous acts and further losing the trust of its Asian neighbors and undermining regional peace and stability. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any more questions?
好，今天的记者会就到这里。
Then let's call it a day.